Hey guys, Pager Picker here. My name is Chris, and I'm joined by my lovely wife Shannon, and we're out on our back deck enjoying a kind of a nice summer evening. It's not as hot as it has been recently, and so we thought we'd come out and give you a couple of updates on what's happening in our world. The first update we want to give you is to tell you how eBay is doing for the summer. I know a lot of you out there are resellers, and a lot of you watch the channel like to know how this whole lifestyle of selling from home and selling on eBay works. And so I want to give you a little bit of update on how that's been going. I know summertime seems to be kind of slow for a lot of people. This particular quarter we're in, quarter 3, is kind of has a history of being slow, and quarter 4 is coming for Christmas. We can't wait. And so let's talk about quarter 3. So we're going to go backwards with you, starting with this month now. So July, we just figured up the numbers, and I just want to clarify before I read this. If you've watched some of my other videos where I tell these numbers are what we write down as sales. These are not actual after taxes and fees and stuff. This is just the numbers we write down on what we sell, okay, for each day. And for July, that total, surprisingly, I had an expectation that it was going to be a lot lower and a lot less, but we are richly blessed. July total was $3,043 and some change. We had a couple of really big sales in July. I think there was almost like I don't know, I'm looking at the book now and I can see in here that there were quite a few $69.99, but the biggest sale of all, well, there's a $79.99 one too, but the biggest sale of all was a $285 sale. So those kinds of sales like that really push these numbers a little higher than probably what they normally would be. And remember, we are only in year 2. So every day that I do this, I try not to get discouraged whenever we have days where we don't sell anything or whether we sell only 1 or 2 items. I try not to get too discouraged because I realize I'm just 2 years in. I have a feedback of around 800 something right now.
20, I think.
So, we've got 200 something more feedback just to get to 1,000. And I look out there sometimes and I see these people with 7,000, 8,000 feedback. And I'm just like, how long does it take to get there? But anyway, that's July. And then June was 2504 and some change.
Vacation.
So that was the month. Yes, that was the month that we went on vacation to Montana for about 10 days, probably a little bit, maybe a little bit more than 10. But we did sell obviously things while we were gone, but we didn't sell that much. But hey, I'm not complaining. $2,500 is pretty good for somebody in year 2. And then May was even better. May was $3,556 and some change. And so May, June, July, that's the ones I wanted to focus on. And once again, just give you guys an idea of just how this whole eBay thing is going. And we are excited to see where it continues to morph into, to evolve into. Every day I can't believe I'm doing this, and I can't believe that you can do it and you can make a living at it. And I'm nowhere near, making I guess what we'd see as a full-time salary, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And so with that said, we're going to jump into another topic. We got a little bugs out here a little bit. If you watched my last video, guys, you probably remember me saying something about an item that we were requesting prayer for in our family. And that particular request was something that we had been praying about for quite some time. And we had no idea really, truthfully, in the beginning, we had no idea. I'm killing mosquitoes as I'm sitting here because they love my whiff. Yes. We had no idea that this was a possibility either. I was talking about eBay. I didn't know that was a possibility at one time. I didn't know this was a possibility of what we're going to share now. And so when we noticed that there was an opportunity to do this, we started, moving in that direction, I guess you would say. And so I'm going to turn it over to my wife now because it's really her story. And let you tell them what's going on, and then I'll jump back in.
Yeah, so I've been a teacher for 26 years now, and always in, regular teaching situation of in a brick and mortar school. And of course, when the whole shutdown happened and COVID happened, of course, we all got thrust into the world of virtual learning. And last year was not easy. I wasn't sure that I would actually like it, but learned a lot last year for online teaching, and got into the management system that we used, and then began to realize that even though things are opening back up now, that online learning is not going away. It's becoming a thing of the future, and I don't think, even though as we get back to normal, that online learning is ever going to leave. It's going to always be a possibility for students now. And so I started hearing of some opportunities where there were teachers that different counties were making online academies, and teachers were being able to stay at home and work from home. And so I learned of an opportunity where I could possibly stay home and teach at home and not have to be in the actual school. Not that I don't enjoy that, because I do love that, and that was my calling, but just to be able to stay home and to work from home. And I drive in quite a bit of ways and then have to turn around and drive back home just to save that time, and then to kind of be home with him a little bit, so that he's not home by himself all day long. So back in April, I learned of an opportunity and just kind of threw an application out to see what would happen. Didn't hear of anything for a long time until we went on vacation and came back home. I think it was the end of June. They called me up real quick, and it was a quick, short interview. I honestly didn't think it went that well, so I didn't think about it anymore and kind of put it out of my mind. Mid-July happened, so I started looking into, schools coming back, and just kind of ready to go back into the classroom, and was prepared for all that until, I guess it was last Friday.
Last Friday, yeah.
Last Friday, started contacting me and asking me a bunch of questions. And so on Monday, I actually accepted a job to be able to teach at home, and won't be going back to my school that I was ready to go back to. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see how that actually works. I work on a computer and will do Zoom meetings with students, and it's through an actual organization and stuff, but it's going to be an interesting thing to see how it goes. It may last for a year, or I may find something that I want to do now for the rest of the time. And so, and embarking upon that now, and get to stay home and be around with him. Don't know how much of a help I'll be, because I will still be teaching.
She's
it's still
big
a full-time
help.
job, but it'll be nice to be home with him. So anyway, that's that.
She doesn't realize it, but just having somebody around to talk to, it makes all the difference in the world to be able to come upstairs. And she in case you guys don't know this, when you're a reseller, there's a lot of things that go into reselling that we don't show you on the videos, and we don't talk about a lot. But one of the things that is really crucial for me sometimes is to have another person to bounce ideas off of when it comes to how much should you list something for when you go to comp it, and you know what everybody else has sold it for and what it's being listed for. But I don't know about y'all, but I sometimes struggle with what to price things, because obviously I want them to price to sell. So it's nice to have that. It's nice to have somebody. We've built another photo booth now. That's nice to be able to have her just take a bunch of pictures, and then I can stick them all in a draft, and then it's a lot easier to list that way. So there's a lot of things, but the main thing, of course, is just having the company around. So we're looking forward to seeing how this whole thing works out. Now, what I want to close on though is this, and this is something that if you've been following us for any, the time that we started this YouTube channel, you've learned a lot about us, and you've learned some of our likes and dislikes, and you've learned what we do for fun and hobby, and just heard how we went to Montana and had a great time and experienced that. But what I want to say to you is this: the timing in which we were praying that God would answer this prayer was, in a lot of ways, how prayer is. It's a roller coaster ride. It's kind of like eBay. You have your ups and your downs, and you have your straightaways where you just, cruising along. You don't know what's going on, but you're just kind of cruising along. You got that prayer out there. And I just want to encourage everyone and let y'all know how it impacted our lives, because what we see God doing is answering our prayers. It's unbelievable. And maybe to you watching, maybe you're going through something right now where you've been praying for a long time for something, and you just don't think that it's ever going to be answered, or why is God delaying, or is he even hearing me? And Shannon and I both pray about a lot of different stuff, and we see God answer our prayers. And we're just want to leave that with you as an encouragement not to give up. Not to quit.
It's not in your timing.
Exactly.
It was not the way I wanted it to go. I wanted it to be before I signed a contract and all kinds of things, but God knew what was best.
And so even when she got the call that she was talking about, that she was actually going to get the job, there was this kind of conversation that was back and forth that really wasn't certain at all. It was kind of like, you're not sure if you do, you're not sure if you don't. And sometimes that's how God does things. And
trust.
You just keep, that's right, you keep trusting. There's a verse in the Bible that is always dear to my heart when it comes to prayer. And that is in Hebrews, where it talks about that God is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. He answers prayer, all things by faith and believing and trusting in Jesus the Nazarene. And that's our little testimony for tonight. And we want to just let you guys know kind of an update of what's going on in our lives and how God is working to help get us toward the heart's desires that we have for our future as well. And we're going to be updating you on that as well as we continue on. So thank you again for watching. Thanks to my wife for helping me out here with this and sharing her heart. And I don't know, I didn't want to do this, but I want to drop something as a little last thing on the end of this video. If you guys haven't been watching The Chosen, I strongly encourage you to be watching The Chosen. It's a TV series about the life of Jesus, and it is just, there are no words. I sit and watch this show, and I just am speechless over what I'm seeing and how I'm seeing Jesus interact with people in his day, and how that whole story of the Bible comes to life.
Download the app. That's the easiest way to watch it.
And
it's free.
There's an app, and it's free. It don't cost nothing. They're making these shows free to everyone in the world to watch, and it's just incredible, guys. And so if you're not watching The Chosen, please go watch that tonight. So this is Patriot Picker. This is my wife Shannon. We're signing out. We'll catch you guys again when? On the flip side.